Today I'm going to be showing you guys one C4 lineup for every single map that is in ranked. Let's jump straight into it, starting with Bank. Now this first C4 spot is going to win you rounds on Bank because it is right here for Janitor Door. So what you're going to want to do is just make a little shotgun hole right here in front of the door, head downstairs, and when anybody comes within range of that door, simply chuck it up. Now this is just a hint of what this video has to offer, so I better not see anybody dropping donuts in games anymore. Now jumping into border, the most common place for attackers to go is west balcony. Let's take care of that. So you're going to want to make your way downstairs into supply room. This one is a classic, but that is because it works. Now you're going to want to run either Pulse or Valkyrie. That's how this best works. Pulse works best because you can see if a thermite is getting on wall or if anybody's coming into the corner to drone. As soon as you see them, throw that C4 up, and your breach is clear. This next C4 will stop anybody on highway from clearing your bandit trigger. First, make some holes near highway window. Then as soon as any gold ash player tries to get on highway window to eliminate your bandit, come down into lounge. Lean left, line your crosshair up with this third rail back from the window, and just give it a throw. And that ash player will be no more. This next C4 has to be one of my favorites, and it's taking us over here to Coastline for Hookah Balcony. I personally like to do this with Clown Shoe Tubby, and that's because you can use your freeze gadget to push enemies over towards left side of Hookah Door. And when they get there, simply throw that C4 up, and they'll turn into your dad. Now this next C4 will stop the very common window plant on Consulate. So first, come over to this bookshelf, lay down, and just make some holes, only destroying the top layer of the floor. Next, shove that C4 down into the floorboards, and when the enemies jump into plant... Now let's say you're holding basement on Chalet and your enemies are pushing trench. Well, all you're going to need to do is come into kitchen and throw this C4 through master big window. And let's just say you're going to be bragging to your teammates when you get a 3-piece with this C4. So I know you probably don't know how to play Emerald Plains very well, so when the attackers try to plant here, you're probably swinging and face checking everything and you get popped from hunting. Well, I bet you didn't know that the top of this wall is actually completely soft even when reinforced, so all you gotta do is use your utility like a good boy, and you'll be champ in no time. Now whether you're bottom fragging dock, spawn peaked Christmas or not, we're going to make use of these windows because I bet you didn't know that you can actually chuck your C4 clear down to bakery double. Well, let's just say your attackers probably didn't either. Now attackers always push Skybridge on Canal and get right behind these boxes. Well, we have a gift for them, and that's this happy little tree hidden behind the window. Now this isn't nothing special, but if you just throw your C4 there and wrap it up like a Christmas present, well, if the attackers are being bad, just give them some coal. This next C4 gets me at least one kill every time I use it, and you have to run Valk for this one. Now you're going to want to come into operational and throw a Valk cam right up in here. Now the reason we put the camera here is so that even if they have intel that it is there, they have to swing into the room. But little do they know, we have a pre-placed C4 down in weapon maintenance right next to this light. So when they swing in to get that camera, that C4 is going to do what it's made for. This next C4 is going to be hidden in the floorboards like all of your dirty little secrets. This one is all about positioning. You need to get it as far up as you can. Now because of that, you need to reinforce these walls from inside connector. And the reason behind that is that the reinforcements leave behind these still little beams that you cannot destroy. On the other side, that will prevent you from putting it as far as you need it to be. And let's be honest, you want thermite to hear that secret. This next C4 is going to stop any default plant here on Oregon. Now you're going to want to come down into kitchen and make this little hole that I have here, and all you got to do is simply throw it up. If they're towards the foosball tables, I recommend throwing it to the right. If they're behind the couch, throw it a bit more to the left, but you are bound to get them. So just make sure to throw it accordingly to wherever they're planting, and you're bound to get them. Now this next C4 on Outback is bound to make your enemies rage quit because you are killing them outside on breach. Now you're going to want to head downstairs and shoot out right next to this light, so be careful, you might get blinded, but take a step back, ping the vent, and use your C4 trajectory to get it placed into the vent. Now come upstairs, lay down next to this bunk, and as soon as you see feet, let the C4 do its job. This next C4 is over here on Skyscraper for anybody getting on display window. What you're going to want to do is come down into bedroom with this little hole right here, shimmy your way around so you can thread the needle, and give it a throw. This one is incredibly safe, well, for defenders of course. This next C4 will make anybody playing Dragon uninstall. What you're going to want to do is come over into Armory, hop up on this box, make these holes, and then there's actually some grates right up through here that if you chuck your C4, it will land right out to the left next to the Dragon. So for our last C4, we're taking it over to Villa to deny anybody planting behind Vault Door. And yes, this C4 is another floorboard bandit. What you're going to want to do is make this hole. Now this is very important. You have to chuck it down to the first floor on the wall. So come a little close. If you need to, back it up and just get to where you can thread the needle to where you're chucking it down. And you'll see the little corner of it. And anybody planting behind the vault is gone. Anyways, that wraps it up for this video. If you guys want a part 2, make sure to use the nitro cell on that subscribe button and that like button to show me some love. Comment down below what you would like to see. Anyways, peace out, be safe. I love you guys. Bye-bye.